Albert Einstein supposedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world, and he was right for reasons most people completely miss. This is not about saving pennies or clipping coupons. This is about understanding the single mathematical force that separates people who retire wealthy from people who work until they die. The difference between a millionaire and someone living paycheck to paycheck often comes down to one decision made 20 years earlier. Right now, every day you wait to understand and leverage compound interest costs you thousands of dollars in future wealth that you will never recover. Welcome to KB Blue Tree Finance and Future, where we break down the actual math behind building wealth instead of feeding you motivational platitudes. Compound interest is the process where your money earns returns, and those returns earn their own returns, creating exponential growth over time. Most people hear this explanation, and their eyes glaze over because it sounds too simple or too slow to matter. This reaction is exactly why most people stay poor, while a small percentage builds generational wealth. The math does not care about your feelings, your impatience, or your skepticism. It just works relentlessly and predictably for anyone who understands and applies it correctly. Problem: you have heard about compound interest your entire life, usually in the context of saving for retirement. Financial advisors show you charts with exponential curves that supposedly prove you will have millions by age 65 if you just invest consistently. Then you look at your actual account balance after years of contributions and see numbers that feel disappointingly small. You were doing what you were told, putting money into your 401k every month. But the growth feels painfully slow compared to the dramatic charts you were shown. The disconnect between the theory of compound interest and your lived experience creates doubt about whether any of this actually works. You see people on social media getting rich from cryptocurrency, day trading, or launching viral products. And those paths seem so much faster than waiting 40 years for compound interest to maybe make you wealthy. The temptation to abandon the slow wealth-building approach in favor of something more exciting becomes overwhelming, especially when your account balance barely moves despite years of contributions. Here's what nobody tells you about compound interest. The first decade feels completely underwhelming because the numbers are still small and the compounding effect has not kicked in yet. If you invest $500 per month with 10% annual returns, after 1 year you have roughly $6,600. After 3 years, you have about $21,000. After 5 years, you are at $39,000. These numbers are not life-changing, and this is exactly where most people conclude that compound interest is oversold nonsense. The real power of compound interest is backloaded, meaning the massive gains happen in the later years when your principal has grown large. Enough that the returns on returns become substantial. That same $500 monthly investment hits $102,000 at year 10, $348,000 at year 20, and $1,048,000 at year 30. Notice that more than half your total wealth gets created in the final decade. You spend 20 years feeling like nothing is happening, then suddenly everything explodes. Most people never see this explosion because they quit during the boring middle years when progress feels invisible. Understanding the true mechanics of compound interest changes how you think about every financial decision you make today. This is not about sacrifice or deprivation. This is about structuring your money to work as hard as you do. Solutions. The first principle of leveraging compound interest is maximizing your contribution rate early rather than trying to time perfect investments. The math is counterintuitive, but definitive. Someone who invests $500 per month starting at age 25 with 8% returns will have $1,745,000 at age 65. Someone who waits until age 35 to start, but invests $750 per month with the same returns, will only have $1,116,000, despite contributing more total dollars. The 10-year head start is worth $629,000. Even though the second person invested more aggressively, time is more valuable than amount when it comes to compound interest. This means your priority in your 20s and early 30s is not picking the perfect stocks or finding the highest returns. Your priority is getting money into growth assets as quickly as possible, even if the amounts feel small. The Digital Freedom Blueprint on Gumroad shows you exactly how to build side income streams that free up $500 to $1,000 monthly for investing without cutting your current lifestyle. Most people think they need to choose between living now and saving for later. But the real answer is earning more so you can do both. The second principle is understanding the difference between simple growth and exponential growth. Simple growth adds the same amount each period. If you save $500 per month in a zero-interest account, you add $6,000 per year every year. After 30 years, you have $180,000. Exponential growth through compound interest turns that same $500 monthly into $678,000 at 8% returns over 30 years. The difference is $498,000. And all you did was put your money in assets that generate returns instead of accounts that do not. The vehicles for capturing compound interest are straightforward but require discipline. Index funds that track the overall stock market have historically returned 10% annually over long periods. Real estate appreciation combined with rental income compounds at 8 to 12% when managed properly. Business investments, where you reinvest profits back into growth, can compound at 15 to 30% for skilled operators. The specific vehicle matters less than ensuring your money is actually compounding rather than sitting in checking accounts earning nothing. The third principle is protecting your compound interest from the silent killers: fees, taxes, and inflation. A 1% management fee on your investments does not sound significant, but over 30 years it reduces your final balance by roughly 25%. That is $250,000 lost on $1 million portfolio. Paid to financial advisors for services you could replicate with low-cost index funds, taxes work the same way. Money in taxable accounts gets hit with capital gains taxes that reduce your compounding rate, while tax-advantaged accounts like Roth IRAs let your money compound without tax drag. Inflation is the most dangerous because it is invisible and unavoidable. If your investments return 10%, but inflation runs at 3%, your real return is only 7%. This is why keeping emergency funds and savings accounts paying 0.5% interest guarantees you lose purchasing power every year. Your money needs to grow faster than inflation just to maintain its value. Implementation starts with calculating your compound interest target based on your lifestyle goals. If you want $1 million by age 60 and you are currently 30, you need to invest approximately $671 per month at 8% returns. If you want $2 million, you need $1,342 per month. The Human plus Artificial Intelligence Equal Career Advantage Guide on PayHip shows exactly how different contribution levels and return rates affect your final outcomes. The psychological challenge of compound interest is staying committed during the years when nothing seems to be happening. This is where systematic automation becomes critical. You set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your investment accounts on the same day you get paid. Before you have a chance to spend the money elsewhere, the investment happens without willpower, without decision fatigue, and without the temptation to skip months when life gets expensive. Success story. Jonathan started investing at age 27. When he finally understood that waiting for the perfect time meant never starting at all, he was making $52,000 per year and convinced himself he could not afford to invest because he had student loans and rent. Then he calculated that $400 per month represented just 9% of his gross income. And he realized he was spending that much on restaurants and subscriptions he barely used. Jonathan cut unnecessary expenses, started a weekend side hustle doing website maintenance, and began investing $400 monthly into low-cost index funds. The first 3 years felt completely pointless. His balance grew to $16,000, which seemed irrelevant compared to his goal of eventually having enough to retire. He almost quit multiple times, especially when friends were buying new cars and taking expensive vacations. But Jonathan stuck with his automated system and gradually increased his contributions as his income grew. By year 10, his balance hit $78,000, and suddenly the monthly growth exceeded what he was contributing. By year 15, at age 42, Jonathan had $185,000 and was watching his account grow by $1,500 monthly from returns alone. Now at age 47, Jonathan has $340,000 invested and is on track to hit $1,200,000 by age 60. The most important realization came when he calculated that if he stopped contributing entirely today, compound interest alone would still give him $880,000 by age 60. 20 years of consistent contributions bought him complete financial freedom for the rest of his life. Recap. Compound interest is the mathematical force that turns modest regular contributions into massive wealth over decades. The power is backloaded, meaning the early years feel slow, while the later years create exponential growth. Your job is maximizing contribution rates early, minimizing fees and taxes that reduce compounding, and staying consistent through the boring middle years when progress feels invisible. Call to action. Calculate your compound interest target right now. Decide what balance you want at age 60. Figure out your monthly contribution requirement and set up automatic investments today. If you need to increase your income to hit your targets, grab the Digital Freedom Blueprint on Gumroad for complete systems on building side income streams. If you want to accelerate your wealth building with artificial intelligence tools, get the Human plus Artificial Intelligence equal Career Advantage on PayHip. Like and subscribe to KB Bluetree Finance and Future for more insightful content on building real wealth through proven mathematical principles. If you want to learn more about optimizing your health so you can enjoy the wealth you build, check out KB Bluetree Health and Wellness. If you are interested in developing the productivity systems that let you build wealth while maintaining work-life balance, visit KB Bluetree Productivity and Career Development. Compound interest does not care about your age, your income, or your background. It only cares whether you start. Begin today.